encouraging here in Long Beach. We are in the right place and the right time to discuss the great opportunity for economic cooperation in our two countries. I believe that Cambodia has a great deal to offer to American business and a great deal to contribute to the future development of our bilateral trade. Today, I see many distinguished visitors and friends here, and it's warm my heart to know that today each of you are focusing on Cambodia as your next destination. In the past, outsiders typically view my country as a mean to an end. Often, one whose benefits lay well beyond our border. For most non-Cambodians, our modern history beyond the late 1990s is not now. They do not know of the political stability, the sustained economic growth, the investor-friendly environment, and the many trade agreements which provide Cambodia best export with unhindered access to almost all countries worldwide. Mostly, they do not know of the beginning of Cambodian prosperity. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, Cambodia is an ancient country with a glorious past, and we have unfortunately undergone very difficult times during the 1970s and the 1980s. I am very happy that country has slowly and steadily progressed in the last 3 decades on the upward path of national economic development supported by peace and political stability. Consequently, there has been all-around development in the country. The nation's economy has witnessed double-digit GDP growth for a number of years. Prior to the global economic downturn, I can say without any hesitation that quality of life in Cambodia has witnessed substantial improvement in the past 3 decades. I am very confident that the country has very bright future ahead of us. Now, I wish to draw your attention to the business opportunity that Cambodia has to offer. Cambodia is strategically located in Southeast Asia and is also an important part of the southern Greater Mekong sub-region economy corridor, and therefore in a pivotal position. The prospect for the sustainable growth of Cambodia are due to 4 key factors. 1. Political stability. 2. Macroeconomic stability. 3. Sound, transparent, and predictable legal framework. 4. Access to key markets through trade preferences in terms of more favored nation or general system of preference GSP. The Cambodian royal government provides many generous incentives for investments, which has made it an attractive destination for not only the Asian countries, but also countries from other parts of the world. Our economy is quite open, and the trade regime is the most open in the region too. Unlike other countries, foreign investors in Cambodia can own 100% of their investment without participation of the local partner. At this point, I would like to stress that if you invest in Cambodia, you can own 100%. Since Cambodia is at the center of gravity of Asia, manufacturers in Cambodia also have the advantage of accessing 310 million consumers in the GMS region and 600 million consumers in ASEAN and 1,900 million consumers in ASEAN-China Free Trade Area. It is hoped that with steady improvement in the connectivity in the Greater Mekong region, trade will flourish at a very fast rate. The royal government of Cambodia has been encouraging investments activity in the following key sectors. 1. Agriculture and agro-industry. 2. Transport and telecommunication infrastructure. 3. Energy and electricity sectors. 4. Labor-intensive industrial and export-oriented processing and manufacturing. 5. Tourism-related industry. 6. Human resource development. Under a sub-decree in 2005, the Cambodian government introduced the concept of Special Economic Zone, SEZ. In Cambodia, there are currently 16 authorized SEZ in Cambodia. SEZ include both export processing and free trade zones. The Cambodian private sector contributes 90% of employment in Cambodia. The agriculture sector has the largest share, comprising 70% of total employment, followed by the service sector with 15% and the industrial sector with 8%. On the other hand, the agricultural sector accounts for only 35% of the GDP, while the service sector and the industrial sector account for 35% and 20% respectively. Cambodia is one of the beneficiaries of Generalized System of Preferences (GSP) scheme operated by developed countries. Under this scheme, import tariffs on many products from Cambodia are exempted or reduced of requirements such as rules of origin are fulfilled. Since Cambodia is under the classification of a least developed country, it is also entitled to additional preferences under which more of its products are subject to duty-free or tariff reduction. The issue of informal payment, bribery, corruption, whatever you want to call it, it also sometimes cited as a reason for people not to invest in Cambodia. Well, this can be an issue. Cambodia is not materially different from many other countries in the region, with Singapore a notable exception. This may not make it right, but it shouldn't be a reason to avoid Cambodia. We also need to recognize the work of the Royal Cambodia government in trying to combat this problem. With the passage of an anti-corruption law and the establishment of the anti-corruption unit, which is now its operation in a full swing. Another attempt to attract investors to Cambodia is the commitment of the government to improving and enhancing Cambodia's business, environment and investment climate for both domestic and foreign investors. One of the measures taken by the government to achieve this goal is enactment of various commercial laws, including the law on commercial arbitration that was adopted in 2006, and the creation of the National Arbitration Center, which was successfully launched in early March this year. As part of its policy advocacy, 9 private sector working groups, PSWG, were created by currently placed under the auspices of the Chamber of Commerce. The private sector working groups meetings, which are open to business associations and company representatives, allow members to discuss and agree internally on issues to raise with their government counterpart. These PFWG meet every month or so. The agenda of issues to discuss with government is prepared following broad consultations throughout the year. 9 private sector working groups meet regularly to identify and prioritize common problems and negotiate solutions with government counterparts. These groups are currently as follows. 1. Working group on agriculture and agro-industry. 2. Working group on tourism. 3. Working group on manufacturing and SME. 4. Working group on law, taxation and governance. 5. Working group on banking and financial services. 6. Working group on energy, infrastructure and transport. 7. Working group on export processing and trade facilitation. 8. Working group on industrial relations. And 9. Working group on petty and right. In conclusion, Cambodia is very ready to receive foreign direct investment, and I think companies from the United States could cooperate and invest in a number of areas such as tourism, hospitality, design, innovation, technology, and research and development. Some other specific areas that you could also invest are agricultural products processing, manufacturing, and the garment industry. I am confident that Cambodia-US business and commercial engagement can be a win-win situation for both our countries. The US investor and businessmen should take this opportunity to explore business opportunity in Cambodia and lose no time in this matter. Last but not least, the Cambodia Chamber of Commerce would be more than happy to assist you on all your investment related matter if you are to decide to come to Cambodia, and we look forward to welcoming you in Phnom Penh. Thank you.
We most appreciate your comments, and you know, for the moment, just 30 seconds here, 15 seconds of a recap based on what we've heard already, just to kind of keep putting things together. We've heard great opportunities from Ambassador Todd, giving us an idea of what is in Cambodia, what the opportunities are, what the growth rate is, and as we have seen, it is before 2009, it was even, you know, above 10%, and it has continued to be now after 2009 up above 7%, and will continue to be so. As well, the stability since 1999 is there, and I think that is something important that we need to consider. So we most appreciate those that information too. And again, Cambodia is one of 10 ASEAN economies that